Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Cryptos. Actually, as you can see, I'm back in the studio. Did you guys miss me? Well, we were living the Habibi life for about a week. We were in Dubai. If you guys were keeping up with the channel, keeping up with the social media stuff, you knew that I was going to be attending some events that were in Dubai, one of them being in Abu Dhabi, which was the Bitcoin conference. We met a lot of awesome people there, made some really cool connections, and we just had a blast. We ended up going to the COINFLARE event where hopefully the footage is going to be coming out pretty soon of us crashing a dirt bike. but no, we were having some fun. We did a dune buggy race. We made some connections there, got to meet all the team, and it was just an amazing time. So I recommend you guys, if you ever have an opportunity to do something like that and get out and travel, meet new people, it will just ignite and give you a new spark for motivation and just encouragement, and just to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. It will really help you to just to get the momentum going with whatever you're doing. I just highly recommend it. There's something about traveling, and then when you come back, you just come back with a fresh perspective, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. But the thing that we're going to be talking about on this video is basically this Bitcoin pattern. So we woke up this morning, had some awesome sleep. We actually slept. We slept for like 14 hours or something like that, because we were kind of jet lagged. But look at this chart, guys. This Bitcoin chart. If you see what happened with this inverse head and shoulders previously in November, look at what happened whenever the shoulder was extended and it broke out. It actually had this really decent move right here. We went up to about 103,000, 102,000. Now, I'm seeing the exact same pattern right here, guys. I'm a pattern recognitions guy. So all I have to do is look, I'll just take these movements right here and I'll move them right here. And you can see that it's creating the same type of pattern, inverse head and shoulders, and then the breakout target is at 112,000. And if you match it up with the trend line on the top, this is exactly where the Bitcoin price could be headed this week. And we have so much bullish news that has to do with the Trump administration. On day one, January 20th, when Trump is inaugurated, they are going to be signing in this Bitcoin strategic reserve, and it is going to set the stage for all the other countries to be able to do the same, that have been wanting to take the lead from people like Argentina, El Salvador, Bhutan. I mean, go down the list of some of these countries that have already been doing this and they've been buying Bitcoin. But now when the U.S. comes in, that's when things start to actually really move, because we notice when we have shit leaders that things ripple out in a negative way. But when we have a strong leader, when we have someone who is actually going to do what they say and make some leaps into this industry, it's going to change the scope of how money and how Bitcoin is going to be used to be able to protect us from the inevitable fiat destruction. And you can see that by this fiat destruction, we've had massive inflation. We've had the debasement of the U.S. currency. We're in $37 trillion in debt. So it's now or never, and the institutions, they know this, and you can even see it through the modalities of the ETF. You can see it through the Bitcoin ETFs. You can see that we've had basically no selling pressure. We've had all basically inflows into the Bitcoin ETF now as of the past, the beginning of November. These days in the beginning of December. Now we're sitting at December 15th, and we've basically had mostly inflows. And so this is why the price has been able to sustain for a good amount of time, where we've had a consistent inflow into the ETF. Now, this is where I want to get your guys' attention towards, is actually the Ethereum ETFs, because I've been telling you guys for weeks now that the ETF for Ethereum is going to start getting those inflows. The institutions are going to be buying Ethereum like they've been buying Bitcoin. And the way that I can show you this is that the price of Ethereum actually ended up breaking out to this key level of that $4,000 or that 4,000 level. A lot of liquidity sitting up at $4,100 for Ethereum. But there's something interesting that's going to be happening with Ethereum, because the institutions are going to be using Ethereum, not even just for the sake of their financial services, but they're going to be using it to be creating programs, platforms, dApps that they can move their old archaic traditional TradFi systems out of the dark ages, and they're going to start implementing cross-border, company payments. They're going to be doing all kinds of different modalities to where they can tokenize their stocks. They can tokenize things that are inside of their companies that normally they wouldn't have been able to do so, and it's going to give them access to so much liquidity that's the name of the game, guys. The name of the game is liquidity. This is why some of these meme coins, some of these projects, these rug pulls, all this stuff that people promise, if there's no liquidity, there's nothing. This is why you can't sell some things. This is why you can't actually have things grow, because if the liquidity isn't there, or if it gets rugged, then there's no progression. There's no way that the money is going to be able to move in and out, throughput in and out, in a healthy way. And so this is why there's going to be so much innovation in terms of providing that liquidity, getting this this money that has been sitting on the sidelines in these wealth funds, these treasuries, all this stuff, and it's going to be emptied into the cryptocurrency markets. And just we're really, really excited to see actually what happens when we start to see the flood of this liquidity into the cryptocurrency markets. Now, we've been comparing for a long time that, look, Bitcoin sitting at a $2 trillion market cap could easily be at gold's market cap. We're seeing that gold has been breaking out, of course. We've hit a lot of peaks in gold in the past 6 months to the year. It's been crushing it. People have been using gold for centuries and centuries, but the problem with gold, and the problem that gold has always had, is the transferability of the asset. Like, it's so hard to get gold from one place to the other. It's heavy, it's cumbersome. You have to trust someone to say, hey, yes, I do have your gold, and I actually am not just paper golding you and giving you an IOU. And it's really hard to track. And also, we don't know if there is some crazy gold deposit that's going to end up being discovered where it adds more gold into the supply. What if a meteorite comes down and crashes, and it's this new discovery of a gold meteorite, and then all of a sudden the value of gold is it has inflation. So the thing that's interesting, and what you guys are obviously learning about if you've been watching this channel, is that that's not the case with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a finite supply. There's not going to be a meteorite or something that another Bitcoin supply is hitting the world. No, that's it. It's 21 million. That's it. It's trackable, traceable. It's immutable. It's peer-to-peer. It can be sent cross borders, and it has the same mechanisms of a proof of work, just like gold. But this is where our world needed to be upgraded and needed to go towards, so we could actually have a chance to provide real value and get our hard-earned work transferred into something that can be used in years and years down the line. You think about it, if you made $100 4 years ago, and you keep that $100 and tried to spend it now, it's going to get you less than half of the stuff that you would have been able to get with that $100 just 4 years ago. Once you get that concept, you're going to think, wow, I got to start putting portions of my USD fiat cash into something that will make it the value go up. And this is what Bitcoin is all about, guys. It's like basically having a hedged savings account that goes up in value, and it just works. And so it's just amazing once you start to realize these things that, wow, this is actually what Bitcoin is all about. It's about protecting your energy. When you work, you're putting your energy into what you're doing, and you expect to get something in return. But how much does that make you like so mad when you start to think about, when I put my work into something and then I get this said currency, that it's being debased and devalued over time. So then all of that hard-earned work that you did, or put into your business, or you're working your job, and then you think, oh, I'm gonna save. Oh, I'm gonna really save. I want to make sure my bank account is just nice so that I can protect myself. And then by the end of the year, the value of that is down 30% because of how much money they are able to print to infinity into the system. And this is what Bitcoin is all about, and this is what it's going to protect us from. And a lot of people would say, okay, well, Bitcoin, you can't spend it as money. The transactions are too expensive, and this and that. And, oh, it's used for this. Oh, it's used for crimes. It's used for all this. It can't scale. And at a point where you start to realize that things are going to be priced in Bitcoin, like cars, houses, real estate, everything is going to eventually be priced in Bitcoin, to where just for a quarter of a Bitcoin, you're going to be able to use that and leverage it to be able to get other things in that you need. And so there's Bitcoin DeFi now. So then you can use your Bitcoin to then get a collateralized loan to be able to then get liquidity to put it anywhere you'd like. This is where we're heading in this market. So, instead of getting too much into the philosophy, you guys just kind of want to start to pay attention to where the money's going. Where's the liquidity going? Where's the money going? Well, guess what, guys? I mean, it's going into Bitcoin. So you can see that we are sitting at an amazing price of $102,244 on this Sunday. And I think probably, just about any time next week, we're going to probably see a nice run up to $112,000. So you heard it here on this channel, guys. And I hope you guys are ready for what is going to come after we start to hit these levels, because then we're going to see the altcoins. We're going to see Ethereum breaking. And I think Ethereum is just overdue to break all-time highs. And historically, ETH has outperformed Bitcoin in the bull run. And we're sitting at these peak levels right here, that once we start to break that resistance that we hit when we hit that 4,000, 4,100 level, this is where it's going to be game on for ETH, and we are going to be hitting a brand new all-time high. And I hope you guys are ready for it, because things are going to start getting really, really interesting. But all right. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, dinging the bell to be notified when I make these videos, and also when I go live, because we go live Monday through Friday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you on those videos. Peace.